Alright, what's up everyone, it is I, Magician88, and hello. As you can probably tell, I'm using my webcam today, because I really don't want to set up my camera. Well, I just want to do this video, I just want to do this little bit of a stream cast very quickly, as I probably should actually change the overlay for my replays anyway. I'll go and do that right now, but I just want to make this very quickly to sort of maybe just like pose a question I've been asking for a while. I guess I'll just do it again. Yeah, you'll see very soon. So let's see, where's that damn replay? Here we are. So yeah, I'm actually going to be in this video. So we are in fact on in the 2v2 map here. It is of course, whoops, hang on. Oh, nope, wrong one. Hang on. So anyway, it is going to be, that's right, this is a 2v2. This is going to be a 2v2, Zerg Random versus Zerg Random. Now, as you can probably tell, this is, Zerg. It's going to be a red Zerg, Angel Heart versus our blue Zerg, what am I doing? It's going to be a red Zerg and our blue Zerg, Angel Heart and Devil Heart, most likely, friends, together. And here's my ally here. It is of course the Olympian, and then here's me, Dark Magician, obviously the worst player in the entire fucking world. Okay. So even though it is a ZvZ, even though it's a Zerg Random versus Zerg Random, it does turn out into a Zerg versus Zerg. So I'm actually just gonna speed it up because the first, I don't know, say first good half of this this replay is pretty much useless for my purposes of this video. But really, like, I want to just reach the point where my ally actually gets defeated, but then I end up defeating the blue Zerg as well. No, I'm not going to cast this because I don't want to. That's not what I wanted to do with the video. But obviously, as you can see here, we do see a Ling attack. So basically the end for our purple player is near, because he does actually end up losing all his drones, and I do try to save him for a while, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. He did end up like losing all his drones and eventually lost, I think, both his hatcheries too, which was a bit of a shame. Meanwhile, our red Zerg player here is just continuing to make more lings. I've managed to secure my natural, and I guess that's pretty much all the story you need. Oh, I did actually get Lair really early. I also got 2 spore crawlers because I'm a dickhead. And what else happens? Yeah, nothing. And okay, here we go. So now purple's about to leave. Just as I'm getting 300 minerals, he actually does leave. Yeah, see, I want to give him 300 minerals, and just as he leaves, I actually get 300 minerals. I was going to give it to him, but I guess not. I guess it's not going to happen anyway. But I actually managed to counterattack Blue's Zerg and actually just eliminate him outright. I think I just killed his natural, and that's it. Yeah, there he goes. So here we go. Actually, the fun doesn't really continue. The fun doesn't really start for a while anyway. So I'll just put it on fastest times 2. So anyway, basically this Z 2 Zerg versus 2 Zerg 2v2 does turn into a ZvZ with both Zerg players on 2 base, although our red Zerg player is actually more or less on 3 base, because he's got this base, and because his allies actually left the game, he actually has full access to this base as well, and he could potentially fix up his supposed 4th base. Meanwhile, I'm setting up my 3rd base using purple hatchery. So I guess in the sort of top-ish side we have me. Yay. Yay, now I'm actually going to start casting this. And in the bottom-ish left side we have QCO's Angel Heart. So as I said, this is actually going to be a ZvZ. Now obviously the game has already been like, what, good halfway through. So we're actually just going to put this back to random now. Now obviously ZvZ has been Lings and Banelings going into a massive muta war, but obviously mutas cannot win you the game by killing off the buildings simply because of these spore crawlers. Now you got to remember that spore crawlers do 45 damage, which is why they're so good versus mutalisks. And you really need like a really large flock of mutalisks in order to kill off the in order to kill off even like just one spore crawler, especially since spore crawlers do have like an armor of 1, which means it will reduce the glaive worms to only do 8 damage. And remember, like, spore crawlers have 400 health, which is why they can tank so many shots from a mutalisk. At the same time, Angel Heart here, Red's actually got 3 spore crawlers right here, which means mutalisks are never going to be able to defeat this base anytime soon. Which is why I really want to. Well, that's actually why I've decided to cast this game, because I decided to do something else. I'll tell you very soon. Not going to spoil it, but it looks like our Red Zerg's sort of third base, quote unquote, has been destroyed. And I'm actually lagging a little bit. Have I actually? Nope. Okay, that was a bit of a lag spike. Not entirely sure what that was about. But anyway, yeah, okay. Now here's the thing. This is a really good idea for Zerg. To go Hydralisks against Mutalisks, because Hydras are actually really good versus Mutalisks. He does actually get 8 Hydralisks. If we look at the units tab, I'm sitting on 14 Mutas, so obviously 8 Hydras is just not enough at this point in time. I think I also, yes, I do actually get +1 attack. Well, I'm trying to get +1 attack for my mutas as well. Meanwhile, I'm getting a second Spire, and I'm also getting Infestation Pit. Now, I'm getting Infestation Pit because what do I want to get? I want to get Broodlords. That's right. That's the reason why I'm making this video. I want to ask, Broodlords in ZvZ. That's the whole point of this video here. I'm just gonna show it, and then I'll just basically ask, like, what do you guys think? I've asked some other people. Well, I've only successfully asked one person. That is Idra, and he's just saying like, oh, late game ZvZ is not being explored. Fair enough. I can't argue with that logic. But anyway, our Red Zerg player is actually just going to stream in some more Zerglings trying to kill off this base. I don't think he manages, but we'll find out very soon. The Mule is going to be able to clean this up because there's no anti-air just yet for our Red Zerg player. Now, I think if we look at Mecam, which is like, yes, Mecam, I've already seen these 3 spore crawlers, which means basically trying to attack that base is pretty much hopeless at this point in time. There's just too much DPS on those spore crawlers to take out those to take them out, and also you've got this one queen here. It's just even more DPS. I mean, 9 damage. Okay, cool. 9 damage, but they do attack pretty fast. Now that's a lot of Hydras. That's a lot of Hydras. If we bring up the units tab, that's 25 Hydras. That's more than enough to actually kill off my 24 mutas, actually, as I've just actually spawned a few more now. Hang on, here we go. Does it work? No, it doesn't work! Okay, so even if 2 of the 2v2 players have been eliminated, you still can't bring up the names tag because this is not a 1v1. That's a shame. Okay, now this Hydra push, this huge Hydra push, was seen by my friend's dead overlord, my friend's old overlords. Oh, wow, that took a while to say. I think though he should actually. Well, I think he saw the Banelings. I'm not entirely sure if he did, but he does actually decide to just like run back because maybe of those Banelings. Now you got to remember, Banelings do hard counter overlords and Hydralisks, so they so obviously it would be a good idea to just run back right about now. Okay, so yeah, the third, my supposed quote-unquote third doesn't actually get destroyed. To respond to those Banelings, this is actually a pretty good idea too, getting Roaches. Roaches, of course, being armored units. Actually, that's quite a lot of Roaches as well. So it looks like our Red Zerg player is going to try and push out with Overlords. What is wrong with me? To push out with Roaches. Meanwhile, I'm getting Corruptors because I want to turn them into Broodlords. I've already got Hive. I've already got the Great Spire, which is why I'm going to turn them into Broodlords very soon. Now, at some point, I see a lot of Roaches and Hydras, and with this Overlord. Although I thought I saw only a few Roaches. Anyway, if we look at the units tab now, it's going to be a 32 Roach, 29 Hydra. I'm guessing that's all of them. Yeah, okay, turns out that was all of them. I thought it wasn't all of them. But anyway, it's going to be 32 roaches and 24 hydras versus, what was it, 15 banelings and 24 mutalisks. Now, on paper, it seems that our red zone player should have it in the bag, but unfortunately he put a few of those hydras in a little bit too far forward. Now, the roaches are actually tanking a lot of the damage. Meanwhile, I think those roaches, those hydralisks do have 1-1, and what do my mutas have? 1-1 as well. But I think too many of those hydras died to those banelings, which is why this attack just didn't work. It was a bit of a misfortune for him. I think if you're going to attack, especially if you're going to use roach hydra just straight up, I think you should actually just send your roaches in first before sending in your hydras. I mean, there's no reason not to. Roaches do have a shorter range than hydras, which is why you really want to put them in first, really. So I've actually got 4 Broodlords actually being produced right here, and that's what I mean. Broodlords and ZvZ. Is this a really, really good idea? I mean, if both players decide to go for a Muta War, I suppose you could actually just use Broodlords to sort of try and take out some of the buildings. Mainly the Spore Crawlers, and then just have the Mutas just fly around trying to kill off any sort of stray Mutas that try to kill off these Broodlords, or like even using Corruptors, because I think Corruptors are pretty good against Mutalisks. Obviously not obviously a bunch of Mutalisks will be able to take out a couple of Corruptors, but on a 1-to-1 war, I'm pretty sure Corruptors will beat Mutalisks no problem at all, especially if you manage to max out on this army of, say, Corruptor Broodlord. But this is pretty much the end for our Red Zone player. He does end up GG from this, and yeah, so that's basically going to be the end of the video. We'll just sort of wait for it. I mean, like, the Broodlords, they are very, very good in that they have a very superior range, and that's it. It's going to be GG for our Red Zone player right there. And basically I just made this for that whole reason. So yeah, what do you guys think? Broodlords, are they really, really good at ZvZ? Can they be used more? Do you reckon the meta game will ever shift to Broodlords and ZvZ? And if not, I suppose there's a pretty good reason why. I just don't know what it is. But anyway, that's about it. Alright, I'm going to stop the stream, and I'm going to restart the stream because I'm going to stream ones, or no, not ones, I'm going to play some twos or whatever, so yeah. Alright, I'll be right back, guys.